You're listening to a Rock Candy podcast.
Hi, I'm Peterson Toscano, and this is Bubble&Squeak, a podcast with uncanny sounds, funny interludes, and stories. Most weird, many true. Okay, here's episode 5. Today's show comes in 3 parts. Part 1, I revisit a story from episode 1. I now have some questions for that mugger in my naked mugging story. Part 2, we hear from YouTuber Chad, who discovers Jesus of Nazareth on Grindr. And part 3, a sound slice from an ancient Mexican sacred pyramid. In episode 1, I told a story entitled, Is That All You Got? In it, I was cruising for sex soon after I'd come out gay, and I brought home a guy who turned out to be a mugger with a pistol. He said, I want you to take off all your clothes and then get bags and give me everything. People have responded to this story and asked lots of questions and shared with me their emotions, how they felt when they heard the story. For me, revisiting this story raised a lot of questions, not just about it, but about him, the guy, the mugger. I'm really curious about this person and how he feels about this intimate encounter we had so long ago. And I have some questions I would love to ask him. Like, was this the first time you mugged someone like this? Was it the last time? Did you ever get caught? Are you gay? Bi? Or were you abused by a man and this is your way to get back, get revenge, get even, process and fight back against those shitty feelings that come after abuse? Did you sell all my stuff? Did you keep anything? What did you keep? Have you thought about that night since? When you had me take off my clothes, did my naked body arouse you at all? Did you envy my hairy chest and the muscles I developed from swimming an hour every day? Do you still live in the Hartford area? Are you in jail? On probation? In a relationship? Do you have children? Debt? A bucket list? Do you have a favorite aunt or cousin? Do you still drive a pickup truck? In telling the story, my story about when you mugged me, your story about you mugging me, well, this intrigues me, our story. You're black, something I don't mention when I tell the story. I just talk about a handsome guy, and most white listeners assume I mean a white guy. I don't know what a black listener assumes. But you are black. I wonder, is your family religious? Are you? Did you only target white gay men or just whatever gay man agreed to take you home? Did you ever have sex with any of your targets? Did any one of them curse you? Was the pistol loaded? Did you ever fire it? Where did you get it? Have you been shot at? Wrongfully accused? Like my cousin TJ, who's mixed race but looks black, do you avoid driving in Wethersfield and other upper middle class, predominantly white areas around Hartford because you keep getting pulled over by the police for doing nothing but driving? What were you doing when you heard Michael Brown was killed by the police? When police killed Eric Gardner during an arrest? When Sandra Bland died in custody? How did you feel when Barack Obama became president? Do you vote? Can you illegally vote? Did you vote for Donald Trump? What music do you like? What porn do you use to get off? Where are you living now? Are you alive? What's your name?
Chad. Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. So this week I decided to go on to Grindr. You know, the adult gay dating app? Well, it's for other people too, but mostly gay guys. And I decided, I'm just gonna go for it and just be myself, because that's my whole thing, right? Be real, be yourself. So I put up this photo, and I didn't put any filter, well, a little filter, but not much filter. And isn't that the most adorable Hello Kitty crop top? Hello, kitty. And I just, put the real deals on. Those are my real stats, okay? That's my real weight, and that's my real height. And let me just tell you, people on Grindr are so mean. No, really, it's just unbelievable. The amount of ugliness and cruelty and abuse I received. I've never received anything like that in my entire life. Well, except for maybe middle school and high school and college and family reunions and on the bus. Okay, you get the idea. It was they were really mean. Ugh. Anyway, I almost gave up. And then suddenly I met Jesus. No, seriously, I met this guy and his name was Jesus, which of course I immediately typed and was like, do you mean hey Zeus? And he typed back, no, Jesus, rhymes with cheeses. I was like, oh, well, that's funny. He's like, well, yeah, I really am Jesus, the Son of God sitting at the right hand of the Father. I'm like, wait, what? No, send me your location. And he did. And I was like, I have never seen so many zeros in my life. I was like, what? You're 20 light years away. What the heck? Okay. So you're Jesus of Nazareth. And I didn't recognize him at all. I mean, I grew up in the United Methodist Church, which I don't belong to anymore. There's so many problems with that. I don't even want to talk about it. But I've seen photos of Jesus, paintings. And I know he's not a tall Scandinavian, but still, I want to bring up Jesus of Nazareth's profile, okay? Right? This is Jesus. And let me just say, I had no idea he had such a hairy chest. Wow, you are a total otter, Jesus. I love it. Very dark skinned. I mean, not black, but not light skinned, all right? Very brown, like Latin American brown, Brazil. I don't know. I guess Middle Eastern. I guess Palestinian. I don't know. And he's really short, 5'2". Look at that, 5'2" and he weighs 95 pounds. I'm like, you must look like those kids they have locked up in cages at the border. Except for the hairy chest, which is really hot, I have to say. Which seems weird, because he's like Jesus. When you're on Grindr, it's important to say, what your relationship status is. Jesus has, for his relationship status, as you can see, an open relationship. Which I was like, what is that about? I did ask, and he says it's complicated. I'm like, what? This is not Facebook. The other feature here is you get to say what you're looking for. Why are you on this app? Jesus has here listed relationship, which is nice, although he is in an open relationship, which again is complicated. And he's looking for friendship, which is great. And he's also looking for networking, which always confuses me on Grindr. What are you doing? You're going to show me your proposal for a startup? Jesus has selected the most obnoxious thing of all on Grindr, right now. I'm like, what does that mean? What are you looking for? Right now. Yes, I know, but what is it you want right now? You want right now? I want right now. What does that mean? It means sex right now. And I'm like, wait, but you're Jesus. Are you looking for sex right now? And he explained, no, when I think of right now, I think I want to be with you in the present, not in the past, not in the future, but right now. which is, I don't know, kind of sweet, right? So it's all very new, this new weird Grindr Jesus relationship I have. I'm sure I will do videos about it sometime in the near future. But in the meantime, it's been great hanging out with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video. But check out next week's video when I try on those man spanks. Yeah, man spanks. Spanks. I love the word. All right. See you on the flip side.
Let me set the scene for you. I'm in Mexico, in Jalisco province. We could have gone to Tequila or to this ancient site, Guachimontones. We figured we could always get tequila, but how often are you in an ancient Mexican ruin? The culture that built these pyramids predates the Mayans and the Aztecs. They were long gone by the time the European incursion came. High up on the hill are these circular pyramids. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's only been open since 2015, so very few people who have been here. There are at least 8 or 9 of these pyramids. They're round, concentric circles, like a giant layer cake with each layer a little bit smaller than the one below it. They're covered in grass. This was always a sacred site. It was only ever used for worship ceremonies and for playing ball. There's a ball pit where they played a form of soccer with a ball that was so hard that if it hit you in the wrong place, it would break a bone. After our tour, we got to wander around the site. And it's the kind of place you don't want to raise your voice because it's just so sacred. And as we are walking, we begin to hear cicadas. And they get louder and louder and louder. Bubble&Squeak is written and produced by me, Peterson Toscano. I mostly make the show for me. Oh, and for my friends, Taylor Lightman, who gives me hope for the future, and for Liz Kamphausen, who gives me encouragement and comfort for today. The theme song is Worthless by the Jellyrox from the Bang Whimper album. You also heard Suburban Love remix and a cover version of Take Me On. These are by Eleventyseven and can be found on the Sugarfist album. You can find these songs on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you listen to music. If you want to get in touch, feel free to tweet at me at Peterson, the letter P, the number 2, SON. Oh, and thanks for listening.
For more shows like this one, visit rockcandyrecordings.com.
There's the Bible Bash podcast with Peterson and Liam Hooper. But Sacred Tension, now that's the one. With Stephen Long, it could ask deep questions. You could hear these wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, my name is Stephen Long, and I host a show here on Rock Candy called Sacred Tension. It's about the spiritual discipline of asking questions. If you find yourself uncomfortable in your faith, or if you find yourself caught between modern science and ancient religion, or if you're curious about the journeys of others who are sorting out faith and doubt, Sacred Tension is a place where nothing is off limits. You will find conversations with pastors, cult experts, spiritual leaders, and skeptics, all discussing the ways we navigate the faiths we were given. Find Sacred Tension right here on Rock Candy and wherever you listen to podcasts.